Welcome to the Business Blast Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. This episode is brought to you by Authors Unite. Authors Unite provides you with the support you need to finish your book. Best part is, after you finish your book, they take care of the entire publishing and marketing process 100% for you. So, if you want to become a successful author, make sure to check out authorsunite.com. Now, let's jump into the episode. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Business Blast Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. Today I have Lawrence Warry with us. He's a leadership and embodiment facilitator that has been offering workshops to corporations and to the public based on a lengthy background as an Aikido instructor. So welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, Tyler.
Of course, man. Grateful to have you here. Let's jump into the first one. The first question I have for you is, what is the best story from your life that has an underlying valuable message?
Right. Well, the story I have is more of an ongoing story, but it all started when I was a young man, and it started when I was interested in the sports, the fighting sports, the combat sports, and I loved to kickbox. And often you'd rough and tumble with other guys, and it was a lot of fun in those days. But you also got a few hits, and I got quite a severe hit when I was young, which caused a kind of a trauma, and which carried on over life because now it's coming back in with operations and so on. And what I learned from that is that, first of all, you learn about submission. Like when you really get hit, you have to go into a certain submission. But with life carrying on, as you get older, you learn about surrender and how this is a completely different concept to submission. Because submission is something like which you don't really give somebody permission to dominate over you, whereas surrender is something which is a form of giving permission to another person to take an authority. So I grew up in some way based on this getting hit, and I took that hit as a gift, and it gave me more flowers in life.
Mm. And what is the most valuable piece of information we should know that's within your expertise or industry?
Right. It may not sound like it's business related, but this story that I was just telling you is also connected to the answer to this question, in that the surrender is not a matter of submission, but giving permission to others. And there you'll find a lot of powerful dynamics for leadership, so that you don't have just one person who's commanding others to do something as a leader, but that you create a leadership from within the core group dynamic. And this is again part of the kind of permission giving of authority to others to allow them to take the lead.
And what is your best piece of overall business advice, so not necessarily industry specific?
Right. I find that if you're passionate about something, if you really want to do something to help others and you're passionate about it, you'll succeed. And let others help you to do that, and don't block others to help you. It's the best piece of advice I can give to anybody, not just in business, just in life in general. Don't block others, because eventually they will be your aid into carrying out your passion.
And if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be?
Don't fight.
I like it. And then, so yeah, maybe like the opposite of that then would be, in your opinion, what's the key to happiness?
Well, this is funny that you asked this, because I was asking a great Aikido master the same question about a month ago. And he said, there is no secret to happiness. Happiness is just a matter of enjoying life. And I think we really have to remind ourselves that it's as simple as that. And we don't have to read a book or, go on a heavy, life-changing program to understand that. It's just simply a matter of enjoying life, and let's try to do that in its simplest form.
And what is the best book that you've read, and what was the number one thing you learned from that?
Well, it has to be for me, Sapiens from Warry. It's just got to be the number one. I'm sure I'm not the only person who will say this. But the main point that carried through and really hit home to me is basically that the world is full of imagined realities, full of illusions, from marketing to religion to schooling. We're just, we're a society, a collective, based on convincing others of our imagined realities. And I think what we need to do, what we have to gain in learning from that, is to remove our illusions, to find our core selves, and to be honest in that, to find authenticity from it.
And what is your favorite quote and why?
It goes back to Aikido. The founder of Aikido, his name was Warry. He's a national treasure of Japan. He made a lot of things. He said a lot of things in what he was saying. One of the things he said was, when you bow to the universe, it bows back. And this is totally true for me. It's like when you learn to surrender in a certain way, you'll be given back the fruits of your surrender, not as a submission, but in order to, as I say, to allow new beginnings, to new happenings happening in your life.
Perfect. Thanks again, man. The last one I have for you before we let you go is, where is the best place for people to find you online?
All right. Well, I do have a company website. It's www.shinyuembody, that's SHINYUEMBODY.org. And of course, I'm on Facebook as well. You can find me Lawrence John Warry. That's my personal Facebook profile. But I also have the company profile, which is Shinyu Body and Mind.
Perfect, man. Thanks again for jumping on.
Thank you. And all the best for everything that's coming up.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.